Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Magnus, and what have I felt like playing for the last several days? Well, as we take a look around, we Wildstar, and my lovely spellslinger assistant here that I've been playing was actually gonna help me talk about, what I kind of like about the game, what I dislike, what could be changed, what probably won't be changed, because, I don't have a say in things, because I'm not a developer, but the developers have been listening to a lot of player feedback. So, as you can see, I decided to start out with the housing area because it's one of the main features in the game, and I've been toying around with my house. I got my nice beer sign because, I don't know, maybe I'm a closet alcoholic. I'm not sure, but let's take a look inside. And I managed to collect a couple of things, some trophies on the wall, made it look nice and foresty because, why the hell not? I got my nice little desk with a chair that I can't sit in unless I, because there's no... Well, I could do /sit, but I don't sit properly in the chair at the desk. Oh well, that's fine. Anywho, so housing, one of the chief features. This is basically like the stock UI for it right now. I'm just using a stock UI. I don't use any add-ons currently. There is a fully add-on system that you can do and disable everything, that kind of stuff. The game is actually nice enough to come with an add-on builder, so it lets you build stuff. I was toying around with it a little while, but I haven't really worked on it much. Because I'm fairly happy with the stock UI as far as, combat goes. It feels very fluid, and I don't really need anything currently to suit my needs while I'm just kind of going up a leveling process. So over here we have my nice little garden. I never really learned how to farm yet, so I pretty much just shoot things, and then just take the stuff. There is a farming trainer, I think. I just never happened to find one. But we'll see what happens. I don't know. Let's see. I got my moonshine thingy. This is one of the things you can build by default, which is kind of nice because you do get a daily challenge for it. So let's do it now, and I'll just kind of talk a little bit about the challenges. Challenges will they'll show up periodically when you do certain things. A lot of it is killing monsters, the ones that I've found. During a random quest, I'll kill a monster, and then it will give me a little counter, as you see on the top right there, that I then have to go around. I have to kill a certain number of monsters in the time allotted. Like this, I have to finish the 27 steps in the time allotted, which is actually fairly simple to do. Let's just get over there. One of the nice things that I like about this, whoops, that didn't work, so read it wrong, is unlike standardized questing, you'll sometimes get these little mini game things. There's a couple that, if you remember the game Simon, if you're a 1980s kid, pretty popular game. It was 4 colors, and it was a color sequence. Yeah, can't talk today. And you basically had to match them up. I don't have any quests like that nearby, so I can't really show you. I might show you if I can find one later. Just make a little quick thing about it. This is another one of the weird things I built. I don't know if this one's actually working, the crystal arch, because it says to get to the top of it, and I did that the other day, but I didn't get anything for it, which kind of pissed me off, because there's a tree up there. I actually walked to the very edge of the tree, and I didn't get the rewards, so that kind of pissed me off. So it is still an open beta, so it could just be a bug, but it may or may not be. It may just be broken. So, well, if it's broken, that's technically a bug. So, what else do I have on my land? I have my thicket, because I took the survivalist profession, so I can gather stuff. This is one of the really nice things about the player housing, is you can have these sort of personalized gathering nodes, and it saves time. It's something you can do every day, and it just gives you that. And it's also really quick because I don't have to go around looking for the trees to cut down. I mean, they're fairly obvious once you get into the actual adventuring around the world. They're fairly common, but it's nice to have your own personal ones. You're not competing with anybody. I haven't really noticed a lot of people doing a lot of gathering currently when I've just been adventuring around, I haven't actually ran into that many people, but that could be due to the fact that if you look down at the time here, this says that it's 6:14 in the evening. According to my phone, it's actually 2:15 in the afternoon, so that tells me it might be a European server. So that would explain why I'm not running into that many people, because it's not prime time for them right now. And I normally play during like the middle of the day or late at night my time, so it's like early in the morning for them. So that would explain why I'm not running into that many people. My crafting kiosk. Crafting is one of the issues that I sort of have in this game. I like the fact that I can build my own crafting kiosk, so I don't have to like stand with other people. Not that it's a big deal. As I said, I haven't been running into a lot of people running around the towns because I think it's just the server time I'm on. But crafting is interesting. I took the architect one this time around. I've done most of the other ones, but I took the architect this time around because I hadn't tried it. So I'm actually going to show you sort of what the crafting is and why it's interesting and why it's can be infuriating at times, and it's probably one of the most massive time sinks around. Architects is very similar to cooking. Cooking works the exact same way. So if I want to make this investigator's table, I have to land here by adding stuff. So I kind of have to figure out what's going on. Okay, that's going to get me kind of in the right direction. That's going to get me kind of in the right direction again. And I got to find something, and hopefully I didn't go too far. Otherwise, then it doesn't work. And this is where the sort of time really comes in. And also, I have to remember what the hell I did. Damn it. Nope. No. No. Damn. Okay, so I can't actually make this thing with these things. And you can't take these moves back. Once they're there for good. So I gotta try this one again. So that's one of the things. I mean, it's nice as it gives you something to sort of work on, but it's also like highly not cool. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's an interesting system, but it's a massive time sink, and it doesn't kind of work. And the other major problem is if I manage to make this, I have to then remember which ones to use, which I'm currently having like, this is the only thing that sort of goes in that direction. Maybe if I do this, and then that. Maybe do that, and then... Alright, okay, so I got it. So I know which ones I need to use. I need to use that and that. I need to use that order, basically, to make this table. Okay, so we made a table. Awesome. Can I remember how to do that? Maybe. I started with this, and then I think I did that. No? I think I did... I don't know. I don't remember. I know what the items are, but it doesn't seem to want to do it, though. So, yeah. That's the thing. It doesn't seem to want to use the same item. Or at least correctly, anyways. Because I know I did that. Okay, so it's kind of mostly there, but it was also down here before. So it sort of changes depending, and it's the same items, but it kind of got in a little different way. So I made the investigator's table. I think I already have like one of these inside. Hey, I got an achievement. That's weird. Okay. Cool. I learned to make something else. I learned to make a hovering cot. Medical cot. Ooh, and it's hovering. So I need to get this stuff. Medical drip. Kind of cool. Anyways, so that's basically kind of how most of the crafting works. Other forms of crafting do a different sort of minigame, and I'll show you that on another character, because I have one that does like outfitting and one that does like weaponsmithing and crap like that. So let's show you a little bit about the designing process, I guess, for the house. What I kind of liked. Took this house because I didn't really like the other ones. This has changed several times over the course of the beta. Now I have to click the edit mode. This took me a while to figure out because I kept going to the crate and I kept right-clicking it because it says right-click to view preview in the world, and I can click it as much as I want. I don't know if you can hear me mashing my right mouse button, but you might be able to. And nothing was coming up, because these used to come up with place and cancel. And then I looked at these things, I'm like, okay, and then like, oh, edit mode. I probably need this on. So let's click that on, and now, since I'm outside, and these are decor items, there it is. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So let's put a table near the garden. Why not? Need to do stuff at the garden? Sure, why not? Shoddy. Wow, that's a shitty looking table, you know. That is a shitty looking table. Tisk tisk. Anywho, one of the other like super nice things that I've actually enjoyed about the housing is this thing right here, the buff board. This thing's probably one of the best things I've ever seen in that any game does when it comes to like a personalized thing. It lets you pick a daily buff, and these buffs last for 24 hours and persist through death. So, and what it does is it gives you extra money, extra experience, stuff like that. So I generally just do the questing hunting bonus, because for now, that's my main primary source of leveling. So, I mean, I like doing dungeons as well. I do them every now and then. But it takes a long time to do a queue for it. Run through one later in a future video when I talk about that a little bit. But for now, I'm just kind of going to introduce those things, what I liked. So I like the housing. It's interesting. It's fun. It's fluid. It's personalized for starters, which is one of the major things that we're trying to do with this game, is that everything is kind of personalized. You can add your personal touch to everything, and it just sort of works. A couple of things that I don't particularly like. As I mentioned, the crafting system, it's kind of robust and clunky. It's a good thing in parts, as it basically it gives you a lot of options on what to do. I mean, if we take a look at like the tech tree for the architect, there's a lot of shit to do. Like, seriously, there's a ton of crap, and everything sort of leads into everything else. So in order to make this, I need to make other stuff. So I need to get to learn how to make that crap. But can I even make that? I think I can. Pretty sure I can. Yeah, I can, obviously. But it's all with those, like, special things. So I can't, like, make the default one. I have to make the variant in order to move down the tech tree. So it becomes a really, really big time sink. So that it's good and it's bad, because it's nice because it gives the player something to constantly strive for, but in a crafting profession, that especially when you want to sell stuff in sort of a mass production mode, this is the things that we've seen in other MMOs like Star Wars and World of Warcraft and Terra, and pretty much any game that has a crafting profession is mass producing goods to sell on the market. And if you are capable of mass producing, you can kind of control the market. This is basic economic theory, that if you can mass produce something, you can control the market. So we're going to talk a little bit about how the auction house works in this game, and there's two of them actually. There's the commodity broker, and then there's the auctioneer. Auctioneer is your traditional, gear person. So gears, costumes, housing stuff, schematics, stuff like that. Commodities is pretty much everything else. So food, runes, crafting supplies, as we can see, dye, cloth, pretty much everything here. Your amps is another system that I'm going to talk about in a little bit. It's something that I'm in very much two minds about, but I overall like the design of it. But I'll explain that later, actually. So the commodity thing works a little differently than the traditional auction house. Traditional auction house, okay, I can buy it or I can bid. Very auction house-like, from insert game here, and you can't go wrong. It's an auction house. There's a bid and a buyout. So it's not really a true auction house, because a true auction house, you bid on things like in the real world. But there's bids and buyouts. A lot of things happen. I mean, there's buyouts in real world stuff too, but I would like to see like an auction house in-game developed that limited the time, but it's not feasible though. If you had a much more active player base that was on constantly, then yeah, you could feasibly do it. But in the world we live in, with everybody being busy as they are, it's just not feasible to have like short-term auction houses that you can only bid on. So, we can sell items, we can do stuff. Apparently I don't have that much to sell. So, you know what, let's just... My listing fees is silver, but I can only... But the things... You know what, let's just sell it for 50 silver. Let's just list it for now for 50 silver. It's not going to sell, but yeah. So that's how we list something. Pretty damn straightforward. The commodities one's a little more interesting and a little more intuitive, and I actually really like this one because you can either do buy now, create by order. So what this is I can say, okay, I want to buy 4 of these for 75 silver a piece. And now, when someone in the sell now can then, sort of tell me, and the game will automatically buy stuff for me at that price. I think I actually dumped the money in there, because I haven't toyed with this that much. Sell now works pretty much as you would expect. It sells your stuff instantly to the highest bidder. So someone's buying this. Let's see if they're going to buy it all. So 57. Sell now. Not enough to... Okay, he doesn't want to buy them all. So, where the hell did they go? I don't know. Went somewhere. People always buy the wood, so let's just sell it all. And the other thing that I don't... This could use a little bit of a tweaking, because it always, if you've noticed, kicks you back up to the top of the screen, so then you have to scroll all the way back down to where you were, especially if you have a lot of stuff, because commodities, you can carry a lot of them. As far as I've noticed, there is really no limit to the commodities that you can carry, because it's not linked into your regular inventory, it's done in your trade skill bag, and I don't think your trade skill bag has a limit. I'm pretty sure it doesn't, because I've filled this thing up pretty good with a lot of stuff. And I'm pretty sure that there's no limit currently. Okay. So, let's talk skills. Because skills is probably what most people are really concerned with. And in a lot of games, particularly... Let's see. What games have a lot of skills? WoW had a lot. They're sort of trimming them back quite a bit. In recent expansions, they've tried to trim it down to sort of limit the cluster of skills that you need to use. I mean, I remember playing my Warlock, and I had something like 36 keybinds with, Control and Shift and Alt modifiers, because I could have them. What? You already possess... Okay. Alright, whatever. I must already have that somewhere in my inventory. That's fine. So, there's these bars here. I imagine that's to stick... Yeah, so you can stick like inventory stuff there. And these are like alt modifiers and control modifiers, which is nice. So, but I can't stick skills there. So I can only stick item things. Apparently I can't remove... I must have locked them somehow. That's fine, I guess. I'll figure that out later. I'm still sort of toying with the UI. This is actually supposed to be a potion button, which is defaulted as X. If I hit X, one of my potions get used, but it doesn't tell me which one, because for some reason I think I broke it on this character. On other characters, this is actually highlighted with whatever potions I have, and there's a nice little drop-down menu where you click these arrows and it lets you select them. And I guess I broke it. Again, beta does weird stuff. So, hopefully, it'll get fixed. But, in the near future. I mean, the game launches in, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Something like that. Pardon me. So, yeah, skills. Wrong button. There we go. Alright, abilities and amps. We'll talk about amps first, or talk about abilities first. Every class. I don't know why I'm having trouble talking. Jeez. Anyways, every class has assault, support, utility skills. They're listed as that. Support is varying depending on your class. For the Spellslinger's support skills are mostly healing. The thing about Wildstar in comparison to I cannot talk. Apparently. My throat is getting really, really dry, so I probably need to get a drink in a little bit, so I'll try to wrap this up in due course. Anywho. There we go. Much better. So, unlike other games where you have purebred classes that are designed to do a specific thing, let's take Terra for example. Your tanks in Terra are Lancers and Warriors. And that's about it. And your healers are Priests and Mystics. And everybody else is DPS and sort of pseudo support. In WoW, you have your talent specs for certain classes, but there's also purebred classes like rogues and mages and hunters that they only do damage, and that's all they ever do. No matter how hard you might want that beautiful warlock tank, I've actually done it before in like dungeons because it's really easy to tank dungeons in a high-geared warlock, but can't do it for raids. In Wildstar, every class is a hybrid class. You can either do damage and tank, or damage and healing. You cannot do tank and healing. There's no class that supports both. Everybody has has damage potential and either tanking or healing potential. That's just sort of how it worked out, which I'm okay with. I mean, being able to heal yourself as a tank is kind of OP, especially when it comes to PvP. Being able to heal yourself as a DPS is kind of good too. I mean, I'm using a healing skill right now, and it works out really well when I want to solo things. There's a lot of group quests where it's like, okay, grab 3 people, go kill this. I like to do them by myself because they're kind of fun. And, well, the Spellslinger is pretty damn good at it too. Anyways, so we got Assault Support and Utility. And you'll notice that some of these are glowing, and some of them are not. I can change out the skill set at will, pretty much. Right now I've unlocked 2 skill sets. I've only been using 1 currently, because I just change out 1 skill. I don't know how high this is going to go. Hopefully it goes a little higher than 2, because then I can make different sets for whatever the hell I'm using. But for now, I just stick with the 1, because it kind of works. And these are your tiers. You get, starting at, I believe, level 10, if I recall. It's been a while. I believe it's level 10, you start getting tier points. And you get 1 point every level afterwards, until you get to the major tiers. And each tier upgrade affects this. So every tier upgrade affects Wild Barrage's damage by 8 per shot. These guys are going to try to kill me, so let's just blast them away. Because, well, that's what Spellslingers are really good at. I'll go through the classes in due course, but for now this is kind of just like an intro on what I sort of enjoy about it. I do kind of like the combat. It's not your traditional, target this, mash button, and hope to win. It actually requires you to pay attention. Let's see if I can find a nasty-looking creature. Nasty-looking creatures are actually really easy to differentiate between because they actually glow. So you see these guys, see this thing. It's a different color. It's kind of highlighted and glowing. And when clicking against this creature is ranked very strong. It's level 15, so I should kick the crap out of it pretty damn quickly because I'm level 22. But let's go for it anyways. So let's start with that. And you'll notice that we have this sort of these telegraphs, like where the attack is going and how it's going to hit them. This is nice because if I shoot this way, stunned, get out. So if I keep shooting this way, I'm actually just not going to hit him because he's not in my sort of line of sight, in my target reticle, which is kind of cool. Doing this in PvP is actually really interesting. In PvE, it's actually fairly simple because while questing, that guy sucked. So doing it in PvP is actually fairly interesting, as I said, because everybody does it. All players and most monsters have the telegraph system, There's a few exceptions to this rule when dealing with certain monsters, especially monsters with guns. Only when they're using like actual special attacks will you'll see that. Otherwise, they'll just shoot you normally like it would be in any other game, which can be annoying because it's one of the only attacks that I've noticed from non-player characters that you can't avoid, which is kind of annoying in a game that prides itself on action-based combat and being able to avoid things. That there's a mechanic that you can't avoid because it's a targeted shot. It's very rare, though. I've only happened to come across it maybe half a dozen times in the number of hours I put into this, which is a fair chunk. Getting to level 20's fairly quick. Once you get past it, though, I've noticed that it sort of significantly slows down. But, you know, all MMOs are like that. It's not about how quick you get there, it's about the journey along the way, which is always fun. I mean, I like playing MMOs because they do give you a lot of things to do, a lot of stuff to explore, and just kind of, it's nice. I mean, a lot of people have been claiming that, you know, Wildstar, it's a WoW clone. Clone's not an accurate word for starters, so yeah, like, read a dictionary if you think something's a clone, because it's not. Just go read a dictionary, please. Stop being an idiot and read a dictionary. There's definitely WoW-esque elements to it, but WoW is basically based on EverQuest, as people have discussed constantly for the last, 10 years. It's based on EverQuest. Everything is. So, obviously, your questing elements, I dare you to try to design something that does not involve collecting or killing monsters. Or walking around. Like, if you can design a questing system where you don't have to collect something, kill something, walk around and explore, well, good for you, and you should probably be a game developer. But yeah, I mean, like, just because it has, like, a certain questing system doesn't make it a WoW clone. Just because it has an action bar doesn't make it a WoW clone. It is rather cartoony, which is like WoW, but I'm okay with this. It's peaceful, it's bright colored. If you look up any scientific journal on colors, they will tell you that bright colors make people feel better. So, it's just the way things work. And I totally got off topic about the amps. This is what I'm in sort of a lot of two minds about. This first tier of amps unlocks for free. You can just kind of put points in it. Everything else, you have to go out and find. A lot of them are on vendors, a lot of them are from quests, and occasionally some will get drops. This can be really irritating because you can sell them on the auction house, so if you have a lot of money, you can probably buy your amps, but finding them in the first place is kind of problematic. The thing I like about the system is it lets you customize quite a bit more deeply than you otherwise would. The thing I don't like about it is that it is potentially problematic and it gives a barrier to entry, as the limiting factor is the availability of amps. So if there's a lot on the auction house but you don't have any money, so you can see that there's a barrier to entry into actually unlocking these amps. And a lot of the amps that you buy off the vendors are reputation based with the varying factions. So if I go to my reputations, I can buy all the amps here, which I already did. Some of them are actually useless for my character. Just the way that I plan on playing it. Right now I'm just doing massive, just balls to the wall DPS kind of thing. So I don't actually have anything useful. I bought this thing, evasive maneuvers. Dashing grants defense for 2 seconds. Yay! Dashing is basically that's a dash, basically. So, it's your double tap roll. It's how you get out of things. So, all in all, I think I'm going to wrap this up pretty soon, actually. So I talked about what I liked, what I didn't like. I'll do some other stuff on it later, because, as I said earlier, my throat's getting really sore from talking. And I kind of want to enjoy this a little more. Would I recommend picking it up? Well, I wouldn't recommend picking something up. I almost never do, because everyone has different perspectives on what a good game is. If you enjoy something, then get it. If you don't enjoy something, don't bother. Don't listen to somebody else. Don't listen to someone else's own opinions, because they're biased as shit. Like, I like this game. Is that a reason for you to get it? No, because your opinions are going to be different from mine. However, it isn't a free open beta right now, so trying it out for free and then making a decision, that's a good idea. But taking somebody's word on it is a terrible idea, because some people are biased, some people are not. Some people have things to gain, some people don't. Do I have anything to gain from you playing this game? Well, I do need a guild, actually, so maybe. If I can get enough people to play with me, that would be nice, because MMOs are better played with friends and complete strangers that you meet on the internet, but hey, we're a nice, friendly community of people, and it could be fun. We could have a guild, be cool. So that's my reason to get you to play, is if you want to play with me, but that's fine. If you don't want to, that's totally up to you. I don't care. But yeah, I mean, don't get something just because someone says it's a great thing, but always keep an open mind, because you never know. Let's kill this thing. It looks big. 48k. Can I kill it? 2 levels? I might be able to kill it. Let's do this, and then I'll kind of take it off. Alright, let's kill this guy. Oh man, I don't do any damage to this thing at all. Come on. There we go. You die now. Okay, that guy's pretty big, actually. And he's got... See, some melee things are actually really irritating. I totally missed that. Fortunately, a lot of the skills you can run and gun. Okay, that's annoying. Well, let's heal myself up a bit. Die. I'm totally gonna kill this thing, so I get half health. Oh yeah, he's got friends. Damn. He's got friends. That's the other thing when running and gunning a lot. You tend to pull other things if you're not careful. Fortunately, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be okay with this one. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah. And yeah. I shouldn't have stopped moving to fire. That was my mistake. Womp womp. I can resurrect Wake here, or I can just go to the nearest hollow crypt. But yeah, that was my mistake. If I didn't stop to fire that, I would have been fine. Anywho, so that's kind of what combat's like. You can die really quickly. Dungeons are really like that. If you get stuck by something, you are so dead, because healers will not save you, because this is a heal. It's a click and release heal, basically. But I only heal everything in this little arc. So if you get hit by something, you are going to die. And the healer is not going to save you. So don't get hit by shit. That's the nice thing about this that I've actually enjoyed, is the sheer punishment that misstepping can give you. So I'm going to take a little break and do a little bit more, maybe delve into some of the classes a little more than I have, because I've mostly been playing like the Spellslinger and the Stalker, because they were the two classes that sort of grabbed my attention the most. The Spellslinger is what I'm probably going to be maining, just because dual blasters, man. I mean, it's the Han Solo of classes, you know? Blasters. Anywho, my name is Magnus. Good luck out there, and I shall see you next time.